Good morning. I'm Gloria Query. The world calls me Glow. They call me Glow Glow, and they call me Survivor Guru Glow, who once had a dream and it was inspired by the great player Rudy Boesch from Virginia Beach, Virginia. He died on November 1st, 2019, and I'm dedicating this video in his honor. Rudy was the man I first saw when the show aired, and he reminded me of a stepfather image. And in later years, I met Rudy, and his family actually called me once from a fan letter and a joke I said in the fan letter. I'll keep that between us. Rudy showed up, and I had to pick him up, and he showed up when I was having the premiere when WTKR News Channel 3 found me as a humorous comic reporting my thoughts of Survivor on YouTube years ago. Rudy is and was a very tough critic of what players Mark Burnett and Jeff Probst in casting would want on the show. And he loved me instantly from the minute he stepped in my van and we drove, and he sat with me and we talked for hours at my premiere before I was premiered as a reporter for News Channel 3 WTKR reporting the reality show Survivor. I was lucky years ago to be called by the great casting director Lynn Spillman, who found a lot of things interesting in my resume of live audition and a letter I once wrote and sent. Unfortunately, my sister, Mary Kath, died back then, and things got very dismayed in my life. I'd already lost 75% of my family. That's a long story, but it's not about woe is me. It's about the challenges we have in life, and Rudy and I talked about that intensely, and he said, "You are definitely a woman that is made for that show." And if Mark Burnett, Jeff Probst sat down and had a powwow with you, they would love you. They would love your humorous side, your strategic side, your socialization side, and your strategic mind on how that game should be played. Rudy, you were an iconic symbol of what that show is all about, and you set a great example of what a great man and hero you are. You served in the military as a Navy SEAL. You inspired me, a woman who is also a tough critic on what the show is all about and some of the contestants they have. They have new people in casting now. Jody Winchesky is in casting. Lynn's gone now, moving on to other camping grounds. I miss her. I still have her email, and I shoot her funny little antics and funny little comments about how much I miss her because she made me know what was needed for that show. And at least for a time, until the tragic death of my sister, she saw something in me. I had a great chance to be considered for the show Survivor Fiji. I think that's the one that Earl Cole met, and I was honored to meet him one time. Marge, your wife, Rudy, became a very dear friend of mine, and she was a person who got my first application to me. I promised her, and after I met you, I promised you I'd never, ever give up. If I ever meet the great producer, Mark Burnett, the great producer, Jeff Probst, I will share that story with them. I will share the bonding of our friendship, the humor and the laughs. And that first night together at that premiere, that in itself was iconic for both of us. I thought, Rudy, am I going to be able to do it? And am I going to be able to be a comic for a news station, giving my thoughts of Survivor? I'll never forget the Sugar Shack moment when you said you laughed so hard you'd almost cried. I laughed when your daughter called me and said I was y'all's favorite fan from a letter I wrote. You are going to be missed. I love you when you're here. I love you where you are. In the heavens above with your wife you were married to for over 50-some years. Tell Marge, thank you for that application when I didn't have a computer that she got sent to me. Tell her I haven't given up. I started out at 47 years old. I'm now 67 years old, and I am now the queen of Survivor Orgs, where I get in challenges that are endurance and beat 15-year-old players on up to the 30s and 40s. And I show them that age is not a factor. As you well know, you set the example that age is not a factor to be able to do challenges and to endure the elements that are tough in the hot lands of the islands with the insects, the beast, the heat, the water, the strength you have to have, the mental strength you have to have, the guts you have to have, the strategy you have to have, and so much more that you and I talked about. The challenges of life have made me a tough competitor, Rudy, and age hasn't slowed me down a bit. So I dedicate this in your honor. Rest in peace in the heavens with your wife, Marge. Know you will always be honored in my memory and great thoughts of our gathering together of the minds, our laughs, our chuggles, our humor, our beliefs, and the great show, Survivor. I dedicate this in your memory, Rudy Boesch and wife Marge. I dedicate this also to the great producer Mark Burnett, the great host and producer Jeff Probst, and to the new casting staff. I once had something you were looking for, and I promised Rudy I would never give up. I can do only what I can do. I'm not going to do wild videos. This pretty much says what I am. The mother of 4 great kids, retired and got tired of not working, went back to work for a moving company where I'm a packer and help move military families that retire or get transferred to other locations within the country or out of the country. I have muscles, Rudy. I still work out, and I still have faith and belief in myself that I am absolutely capable of anything. And if I don't attain this dream, no, I attained the queen of knowing how the game should be played, and that I actually know I can beat people of all ages. I am the queen of Survivor live game orgs, and have been now for about 10 years. Love you, Rudy. You are so missed. I guess this is a little bit of an audition for you, Rudy. So, bring all the good karma up there from the heavens. Hope you meet my mom and dad and my brothers and sisters that are up there from a family of 8. There's only 3 of us left. Will I ever attain this dream? No. But I'll always inspire others to go after their dream, believe in themselves, and never give up. Love you, Rudy. You will be missed by me, always loved by me, and missed by all die-hard Survivor fans. Love, Guru Glow, Glow, Glow Glow, and the humorist that intends to inspire the world to go after their dreams.